What if one simple tweak to your daily meals could change everything, not just how long you live, but how you feel every single day? The world's top longevity doctors are now paying attention to something many of us have been taught to fear: fat. Yes, eating more fat every day could be part of the secret to living to 100. Today, we are going to explore surprising science, a few shocking warnings, and powerful strategies. We will uncover the research behind high-fat diets and their effects on lifespan. You will learn exactly what kinds of fat might help you age better and which types to steer clear of. We will also dive into the real mechanisms why fat could support strength, brain health, and longevity, not just weight gain. And you'll hear how top experts reconciled these bold claims with serious cautions. By the end of this video, you will know whether a high-fat routine is a promising path to a longer, healthier life or a risky gamble. You will be equipped to make informed decisions grounded in real science. Welcome to the channel. If you want more deep dives like this, the kind that challenge conventional wisdom and actually make sense, hit that subscribe button now. Let's get started. Aging is no longer simply about counting birthdays or the number of years that pass. It is about maintaining strength, clarity, and energy well into your later decades. People are living longer than ever before, but the challenge is not just longevity, it is quality of life. Too often, the focus has been on restricting calories, limiting fat, and avoiding foods that were once considered unhealthy. Low-fat diets, low-calorie plans, and strict eating rules have dominated nutritional advice for decades. For many, these approaches promise weight control and cardiovascular health, but they do not always address the deeper mechanisms of aging or overall vitality. Recent research, however, is forcing scientists and longevity experts to rethink these assumptions. There is growing evidence that certain types of fat, when consumed strategically, may play a vital role in preserving health, supporting metabolic function, and even extending lifespan. Fat is not just a fuel source. It is a messenger influencing hormones, brain function, and the way our cells respond to stress. High-quality fats can help maintain cell membranes, regulate inflammation, and improve energy production. In other words, they can help your body work more efficiently as it ages, supporting both physical and cognitive performance. But not all fats are created equal, and this is where the conversation becomes complex. Understanding what high fat really means is crucial. It is not about overloading on processed foods, fried meals, or sugary treats disguised as fat-rich products. It is about choosing the types of fat that provide genuine benefits, those that nourish the brain, protect the heart, and support cellular health. The trade-offs are real, and not every approach fits every individual. Genetics, lifestyle, and current health status all influence how your body responds. By exploring these nuances, we can separate myths from actionable strategies, uncovering how fat can be a tool for longevity rather than a hidden risk. Scientific research into high-fat diets is revealing results that challenge long-held beliefs about aging and nutrition. One of the most striking findings comes from studies conducted on mice, where researchers tested a ketogenic-style high-fat diet against a traditional high-carbohydrate diet. The results were surprising. Mice that consumed the higher-fat diet lived about 13% longer than those on the carbohydrate-heavy diet. This difference in lifespan may seem modest at first, but when translated into human years, it points to a potentially significant impact on longevity. Even more interesting than the extended lifespan was what happened to the mice as they aged. Those on the high-fat diet maintained better muscle strength and motor function, suggesting that longevity was not just about living longer, but also about maintaining quality of life. This indicates that certain fats may support muscle preservation, and coordination, two critical factors that often decline with age and contribute to frailty. The findings suggest that high-fat nutrition under controlled conditions may support the body in multiple ways beyond simple energy supply. Human studies, while more complex and varied, are beginning to show complementary results. Research involving low-carbohydrate, high-fat diets in overweight adults has found improvements in several important health markers. Participants often experience better body composition, losing fat while preserving lean muscle mass. Triglyceride levels, a key indicator of cardiovascular health, tended to improve, reducing some of the risk factors typically associated with heart disease. Aerobic capacity, which reflects the efficiency of the cardiovascular system and overall stamina, also showed measurable enhancement in many individuals following these dietary patterns. These findings collectively suggest that fat, especially when sourced correctly and paired with a balanced approach, may not just be a macronutrient for energy, but a tool to support healthier aging, stronger muscles, and improved metabolic function. The research hints at mechanisms that could translate into longer, more vigorous life and points to a dietary strategy that contrasts sharply with conventional low-fat recommendations. While high-fat diets have shown promise in some studies, research also highlights several important warnings and contradictions. Not all fats are beneficial, and not all dietary patterns produce the same results. In one notable study, mice that were fed a lifelong diet high in saturated fat and low in carbohydrates actually had a shorter lifespan compared to those on a more balanced, controlled diet. This suggests that the type of fat and how it is consumed can make a critical difference in overall health and longevity. Saturated fats, when consumed excessively or without consideration of diet quality, may create more harm than benefit over the long term. Researchers caution that diets rich in poor quality fats, such as those found in heavily processed or fried foods, can raise the risk of heart disease, insulin resistance, and other metabolic problems. Even if a diet is high in fat, the benefits are largely determined by the source of those fats. Diets that rely heavily on processed meats, full-fat dairy, and trans fats often lead to elevated cholesterol, inflammation, and strain on the cardiovascular system. These factors can offset the potential advantages of a higher fat approach, particularly if other aspects of lifestyle, such as physical activity and sleep, are not prioritized. Human studies reflect a similarly complex picture. Longevity does not appear to depend solely on fat intake, but on multiple interrelated factors: genetics, overall diet quality, physical activity, and metabolic health all play essential roles in determining how an individual responds to a high-fat diet. Some people may experience improved health markers and longer life, while others may see adverse effects. The key takeaway from these studies is that there is no universal formula. Fat is a powerful nutrient, but its impact on aging and lifespan depends on how it is integrated into a broader, well-balanced approach that includes nutrient-dense foods, moderation, and healthy lifestyle habits. When experts talk about eating high fat every day, it does not mean piling your plate with butter, fried foods, or heavily processed fatty snacks. That kind of approach can quickly undermine health rather than support it. High fat, in the context of longevity, is about quality, not quantity. It is about choosing fats that actively nourish the body, strengthen cells, and promote metabolic balance, rather than simply adding calories. The difference between harmful and beneficial fats can dramatically influence your heart, brain, and overall longevity. Healthy fats are the cornerstone of this approach. Monounsaturated fats, such as those found in olive oil and avocados, support heart health and reduce inflammation. Polyunsaturated fats, especially omega-3 SAS from fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds, have been linked to improved cognitive function, better circulation, and lower risk of age-related diseases. Nuts and seeds provide a combination of protein, fiber, and healthy fats that stabilize energy and support muscle health. These fats also help regulate hormones and cellular signaling pathways that are increasingly recognized as crucial to aging well. Longevity diet experts recommend minimizing saturated fats from sources such as fatty meats, cheese, and butter, while emphasizing plant-based sources of fat and incorporating whole grains and vegetables. A high-fat diet in this context is often paired with low to moderate carbohydrate intake, good quality protein, and plenty of fiber from plants. The balance of macronutrients matters just as much as the type of fat consumed. When combined thoughtfully, this approach can support stable energy levels, improve metabolic markers, and enhance overall health without overloading the body with harmful fats. The idea is not to eliminate carbs entirely or to ignore other nutrients. It is about creating a dietary pattern where fats are purposeful, nutrient-rich, and balanced with vegetables, protein, and moderate carbohydrates. In this way, high fat becomes a tool for health, longevity, and resilience, rather than a free-for-all indulgence that could backfire. The focus is on smart choices, not extreme restrictions, allowing the body to function efficiently while aging gracefully. One of the key ways a high-fat diet may support longevity is by changing the way the body uses energy. When fat intake is higher and carbohydrate intake is lower, the body gradually shifts from relying primarily on glucose for fuel to using fat and ketones. Ketones are produced when the liver breaks down fats, and they serve as a highly efficient energy source for the brain and muscles. This shift can reduce metabolic stress, stabilize blood sugar, and lower the constant fluctuations that come from carbohydrate-heavy meals. Over time, this steady energy supply may ease the burden on cells and support more stable overall metabolism, which is a factor increasingly linked to healthier aging. Another potential benefit of higher fat intake, when done correctly, is its impact on inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is widely recognized as a major driver of aging and age-related diseases. Studies in adults with higher body fat have shown that diets lower in carbohydrates and higher in healthy fats can reduce markers of inflammation. This means the body experiences less stress at a cellular level, which may help protect tissues and organs over decades. Fats such as omega-3s, monounsaturated fats, and other nutrient-rich sources appear to have particularly strong anti-inflammatory effects, helping the body recover faster and maintain better function as it ages. Beyond energy and inflammation, fat intake may also influence key aging pathways at the molecular level. Nutrients from high-fat diets can interact with cellular signaling systems like mTOR, IGF-1, and AMPK, which are central to growth, metabolism, and cellular repair. By modulating these pathways, fat can affect how cells respond to stress, how they repair themselves, and how efficiently they maintain function over time. In this way, fat does more than provide calories. It can act as a messenger that helps regulate processes directly tied to longevity. Through these mechanisms, high-quality fat intake may support the body in multiple ways, simultaneously offering a stable energy source, reducing damaging inflammation, and fine-tuning the cellular processes that determine how quickly we age. When it comes to implementing a high-fat approach in daily life, the choices you make are far more important than simply increasing fat intake. The goal is to focus on quality fats that provide real benefits to your body while maintaining a balanced diet. Start by prioritizing healthy fats that are rich in nutrients and support long-term health. Olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish, such as salmon or sardines, are excellent sources. These fats provide omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and other compounds that help maintain heart, brain, and cellular health. They can be used in cooking, salads, or as part of snacks, making them easy to integrate into everyday meals. Moderation is key with certain other fats. Full-fat dairy products and small amounts of dark chocolate can be included without derailing your diet, but overconsumption should be avoided. On the other hand, it is important to limit processed fatty foods, fried snacks, high-saturated animal fats, and trans fats. These contribute to inflammation, poor cholesterol profiles, and metabolic strain, negating the potential benefits of a high-fat diet. The type of fat matters more than the total amount, and the body responds best when fats come from whole, minimally processed sources. High-fat eating should not mean neglecting other essential nutrients. Pair fats with good carbohydrates and proteins from vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. These provide fiber, vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that are critical for metabolism, digestion, and overall health. Ignoring this balance can reduce the effectiveness of the diet and create nutrient gaps that affect long-term outcomes. Lifestyle factors also play a significant role in how the body responds to a high-fat approach. Consistent sleep, regular movement, stress management, and social connection all interact with diet to influence metabolism and overall well-being. Monitoring your body along the way is crucial. Track weight stability, blood lipid levels, and inflammation markers, and consult your doctor to ensure that the dietary changes are supporting your health. Gradual adaptation, rather than a sudden overhaul, allows the body to adjust and makes the diet sustainable over the long term. While high-fat diets can offer benefits for some people, they are not universally safe or effective, and certain individuals need to approach them with caution. One of the most important factors is genetic predisposition. People who have a family history of high LDL cholesterol, heart disease, or other cardiovascular conditions may be at greater risk if they consume large amounts of saturated fat. For these individuals, even small increases in unhealthy fats can raise cholesterol levels, contribute to arterial plaque buildup, and increase the likelihood of heart complications. Monitoring blood markers and working closely with a healthcare professional is essential before making significant dietary changes. High-fat diets are also not appropriate for everyone based on age or health status. Lifelong adolescents and children, whose bodies are still growing and developing, require carefully balanced nutrition that supports growth, brain development, and overall metabolic health. Extreme versions of high-fat diets may disrupt these processes, leading to nutrient deficiencies or hormonal imbalances. Similarly, adults with certain metabolic diseases, such as type 1 diabetes, advanced kidney disease, or inherited lipid disorders, may experience harmful effects from very high-fat or low-carbohydrate eating patterns. These conditions require individualized guidance, often from dietitians or medical professionals, to ensure that fat intake is beneficial rather than harmful. Another important consideration is the nature of the research supporting high-fat diets. Much of the current evidence comes from animal studies or short-term human trials. While these studies provide valuable insights, they do not capture the long-term effects of sustained high-fat eating in diverse populations. Human longevity and metabolic responses are influenced by a wide range of factors, including genetics, lifestyle, and environmental conditions, making it difficult to generalize findings from controlled experiments. For these reasons, caution, monitoring, and individualized planning are crucial for anyone considering a high-fat approach, especially if they fall into higher risk categories or have underlying health concerns. The claim that eating high fat every day could help you live to 100 is certainly bold and attention-grabbing, but it reflects a more nuanced reality than a simple headline can convey. Research is beginning to show that high-quality fats, when consumed as part of a balanced, nutrient-rich diet, may play a meaningful role in supporting long-term health and potentially influencing aspects of aging. These fats can support cellular function, help regulate inflammation, and provide a stable source of energy that benefits both physical and cognitive performance. The science suggests that fats are not merely a fuel source or a risk factor, they can actively influence metabolic pathways linked to longevity. However, the promise of longevity from fat alone is not guaranteed. The type of fat matters enormously, and not all fats contribute equally to health. Monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats from sources like olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish have consistently been associated with better cardiovascular and metabolic outcomes, whereas excessive saturated fats and processed fats carry risks. How much fat you consume, how it fits into your overall diet, and your personal health profile all determine the real impact on your body over time. Even diets that are high in healthy fats require balance with proteins, carbohydrates, and fiber to ensure the body receives all the nutrients it needs for optimal function. Individual factors also play a critical role. Genetics, activity level, pre-existing health conditions, and lifestyle choices influence how your body responds to changes in macronutrient composition. What works well for one person may be less effective or even risky for another. Thoughtful incorporation of healthy fats combined with attention to overall diet quality, movement, sleep, and stress management can help create an environment in the body that supports longevity. Fat is a tool, a potential advantage in the pursuit of healthy aging, but it is only one part of a much larger interconnected picture. The focus is on making smart choices consistently rather than seeking any single magic solution. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into what real longevity looks like. Every week, we explore the latest science and strategies that can help you live longer, healthier, and stronger. We would love to hear from you. Comment below and tell us which fat-rich food you plan to add to your meals starting tomorrow. Whether it's olive oil, avocado, nuts, or fatty fish, sharing your plans can inspire others and start a conversation about smart, health-focused choices. As always, remember that these insights are meant to guide you, but individual health conditions and personal factors matter. Check with your healthcare provider before making major diet changes, especially if you have existing health concerns or medical conditions. Taking thoughtful steps now can set the foundation for long-term wellness. Start incorporating these healthy fats, pay attention to your overall diet and lifestyle, and see how small changes can make a big difference over time. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and stay tuned for more science-backed strategies to support your health and longevity.